We're learning Zilui Nishmas Etta Ahuva by Maseches Nazir Perik Test Mishna Gimel. In the last Mishnah, the Mishnah mentioned that Tumas HaTahoim is not going to be Soiser the Yemei Naziris, but that's Nafka if the Nazir was Becheskes Tara. But if the Nazir was already Tamei Meis, then we say Zeruglayim L'Davar Shecheskas Tamei that remains Tamei. So in the coming two Mishnayos, we're going to discuss other examples of Reglayim L'Davar. The Mishnah Gimel starts, Hamoitze Meitz, if someone finds a mace. So if you would find a mace that you know was buried there, then the halacha is that you're not allowed to move it. If you would find the mace of a guy, then avadi you can move it and there's no shilos. The case of this Mishnah is you found the mace of a yid, but no one knew about it. So it was Moitze Meis B'tchila, the hainu that you found it now and no one knew about it before. And it was Mushkav Kedarka, was buried like a Yisrael, as opposed to its head. The Gemara says if its head is buried in between its feet, then it's a goy, and for sure the halacha wouldn't apply, like we said. But in this case, you're allowed to move the mace, but you have to take part of the offer. The Gemara learns it out because by Yaakov it said in the Sasani Mi Mitzrayim, we darshan, remove me with me offer shel Mitzrayim. Tol imi, with part of the dirt of Mitzrayim, move me. How much is tuvusasai? So the Gemara says that it's you dig in plain dirt 3 etzbais. The Mishnah continues, Matzah shnayim, if you found 2 mesim, also the halach is noitlam be'es tuvusasai, you can move them, but you have to move the dirt with them. Matzah shloisha, but once you found 3, so now 3 already you can't move. Why? Because that's called a shchunas kever. So if you find 3 mesim, and the Mishnah explains more, it's dafkim yesh bein zel lezeh me'arba amas had shmoina. In between each one was 4, between more than 4 but less than 8 amas. So that's the derech how they used to bury the mesim in caves. So then, since it's a shchunas kvaris, it's a basic kvaris over here, that's like a mace that you knew about, and touch a mace, you're not allowed to move the mace. You could go another 20 amas. So if you found a mace within these 20 amas, then again you have to count another 20 amas. But if it would be more than 20 amas away, then that's a separate thing. So Reglayim L'Davar, because there's a Reglayim L'Davar, that this sada was used for kvarim. So this is the second example of Reglayim L'Davar. The Mishnah just ends off with, like we said originally, if you would have found just one mace and no one knew about the mace before, then you'd be allowed to move it, but you would have to move the dirt. Mishnah Dalid, Kol Safek Nigaim B'tchila Tar. If you have a suffix, whether someone has saras, the Rav brings down from the Mishnah in Nigaim that the case is that there were 2 people who came to a kain. One had the size of a gris and one had the size of a sela. And after a week, they're both now the size of a sela. So one of them was pasan nega and is tamei, and one of them was not and is tar. We don't know which one's tamei, which one's tar. We say safik Nigaim l'hakel. The Gemara learns it out from a pasuk because it says first l'taharai oy l'tamei. So Safik Nigam, you first say it's tar. But if that's dafkat shaloi niska kutama, but misha niska kutama, if they were both tummy already, now you want to know if it was tar, so then sveikai tummy, and this is also the third example l'chayr of Reglayim L'Davar. Once it's becheskas tuma, then you're going to go l'chomer and say that it's tummy again. Fourth example, shiva drachim boitkin es hazav. There are 7 ways that we're going to check out a zav, that if he sees his ziva mikach oines, he's going to be tar. Gemara learns out because it says zav mibsare, and we darshan v'loi machmas oinsai. If it was machmas oines, then he's not going to be mitame beziva. But that's dafka at shaloi niska kuziva. Before he's becheska zav. What are the 7 ways that you check it out? B'maichel b'mishta, from eating, if the ziva came because he ate, or mishta because he drank, b'masa, or because he carried something, a heavy load, ubikfitzo, or because he jumped, ubechayli, or because he was sick, ubimar, or because he saw an isha, or behira, because he thought about an isha. So in those cases, you're going to go lekula and say that the zav machmas ainis is not tummy. But once mishin diska kaziva, once he's becheska zav, now in beit genoisei, now you have your reglaim ladavar, and the Mishnah over here explains the three ways that we won't say he's tar. Ointzei, we're not going to use the 7 ointzei that we said before. The sveikai, the Gemara explains, is if it's a suffix whether he saw the ziva machmas shichva zera and chiagam, it's going to be not going to be seiser. And the shichva zera, or if he first saw shichva zera and then he saw ziva, also it's not going to be metame the ziva. The Rav learns those cases with Svika and Shech Vazer as one case, and the Taisis Yantav has Ma'arich about that. So Tmei and Shiragayim Budavar, again, because in this case he was already a Zav, so then we say that he remains Ziva. And the final example of Ragayim Budavar is Hamakes Chaver Vamdul Misa. If someone hit his friend and they evaluated that he's going to die, but then the Hikum Umashaha, got better, La'achar Mikan. Hichbid umeis, but then he got worse again. So then the Tanakama holds his chayv, or Mnechem Oimer Potter Shervgayim Ladavar. It's mustaver since he got better that he didn't die because of the makkah.